What's up, guys? Naomi here. So, when is it best for me to wear a lace wig or a half wig or a full wig? When is it best? Gonna start with lace this time. It's best to wear a lace wig if you need manipulation. Hi, how are you doing today? It's best to wear a lace wig if you're into hair care, you're into maintenance, because lace wigs can be high maintenance. Also, if you're doing full glam, lace wigs are also a lot denser than other wigs. They're very, very full. This is showgirl hair. This is pageant hair. This is not necessarily everyday hair, you know what I mean? Unless every day you like that, not me. Please don't think I'm speaking low because I can't speak or something like that. Like I'm trying to whisper. I'm really not. But like I really enjoying our conversations. I feel like we face to face having this conversation. So we getting all like, yeah. Also, I think my volume is broken because when I turn the camera around and I'm speaking at the same like volume, it be sounding louder the other way. I don't know. I'm speaking at like a volume as if you were right next to me and talking to me. That's how I'm speaking. Stay in your lane. So lace gives you the ability to be versatile. However, if you're buying synthetic lace wigs, you're not necessarily going to get that ability because it's going to be tangly, it's going to be hard to work with. It really depends. Like this is synthetic, but it's short, and it's also one part. I'm not trying to change it. There's some where you have this full ability, the 13 by 14 like frontal situation where you can braid it, or you can, twist it, put it in a ponytail, like the ones like this. Like, I wouldn't get this kind of a wig in synthetic. Like, even though that feels a real soft, I wouldn't do that in synthetic. I would do it human. What else can I say about lace wigs? Lace wigs, like I said, are show wigs. They are full glam. They're always going to be very voluminous. Honestly, they do look very, very natural. If they're applied correctly, they do look pretty natural. Now, if you're, again, buying a synthetic one, a store-bought one, you're not going to have the same natural, look you would have if you, like, got it from online with the HG lace. Hello, how are you? Hello. So you want to make sure if you are investing in a lace wig that's, going to be manipulated, you spend some coins. You spend like $100 some, $300 some on a nice one that you can wear for a long time. Don't be cheapy unless like it's a bob or something short or something that's that cute and the quality is that popping. Don't get a twist. You can find a mixed blend one that's lit. You really could. Moving along. Full wigs. Actually, let's backtrack a little bit. Do not buy a lace wig like shorty over here if you don't got no edges. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Because you're not going to have no edges. Ever. And if you must buy a wig and you know you don't have any edges, cool. Just buy a full wig. We're going to move right along to full wigs. A full wig will protect your edges more so than the others, because there's less manipulation that's going to be occurring, right? There's less combs and less tape and less glue. With a full wig, you just pop it up and be like, I'm out, check. I'm gone. Now, sometimes full wigs don't look as natural. And that's because none of your hair is left out. They're usually grandma looking, like the styling is usually grandma looking. And you have to have some kind of a bang, whether it's side or full. A tip on making them look more natural is actually getting a bang, but not just anything bang. Don't get that blunt bang. Don't do that. Get one that's like feathered, where you might have a little pieces that are longer than the others, some shorter, like I don't know what to call it. Well, I guess I called it feather. But get something that looks natural. A thinner bang. Do not get a thick bang. And make sure it's not too voluminous. Most times they're not. But sometimes they're like super blunt. And that could look cute too. But it could also look fake. That can aid in it looking fake. Try to avoid that. Try to get cuts that look similar to what your own would. In a healthy state, of course. We're assuming everybody's hair is healthy. And yeah. It should flow up. By the way, I told you guys I was doing it by price. So the most expensive is lace wig. Lace wigs typically cost you anywhere from $50 to $100 something. Full wigs cost you anywhere from $29 to like $60. They're usually not super expensive. And moving on to half wigs, they start off at $19.99 most times, and on upwards of like $70 if they're human. That's a human one. But if it's synthetic, $30 max. You're a good candidate for half wigs if you have healthy edges, thick, healthy edges, and a thick, healthy hairline. I say this because, like we talked about in the last video, you have to have some of your hair out for the half wig. You're not going to want to keep brushing and swooping your edges and pulling them back if you don't got none, okay? We need our edges. We need our edges. Oh, Lord, we need our edges. But half wigs can look very natural, okay? Very, very natural. However, depending on how you do it, well, let me not say that. Half wigs don't have a part. I know how to finesse one with it, but they don't have a part. Your hair is supposed to be pushed back to cover what I showed you in the last video. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the last video. But when you cover it, oh girl, especially those curly ones, and you got your little curls, your waves and stuff matching, it looks so good. It looks amazing. It looks A1. I wouldn't get them. Have a good one. You too. Okay. I wouldn't get them really long if I was gonna get it, because they are cheaper. They do, you know, they're synthetic as well. And since you gotta match your hair with it, you don't want to have to deal with yanking and tangling and all that kind of stuff, because when you go to yank and tangle, you're gonna adjust what's going on up top, okay? You get what I'm saying? So if you go like this, half wig, and your finger gets stuck, your wig's gonna pull, and it's gonna like change what you got going on up here a bit, if that makes sense. I hope, you know what I hope. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I always say, I hope y'all done learned something, okay? I hope y'all learned something. I hope this was helpful. Half, lace, full. What's good for me? What am I a candidate for? What should I do? Keep all of these things that you learned in this video into consideration before you go and purchase the wig. And when you go try them on, also think about that. Am I going to have to use reinforcement for this wig? Is my hair strong enough to actually manage with this wig? Is it? Is it not? If it's not, it's okay, girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But no, seriously, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed evening. Bye-bye.